Okay, this is Frank Valente with eXp in Northern California, and I've been recently asked, hey Frank, how can I find a 4% assumable loan? Well, you can, and it's actually not that hard. So the first point that comes, you may be thinking, why would I want to assume a loan? Well, let's say you're looking to purchase a home, and there's currently on that home a 4% mortgage, maybe even a 3% mortgage, maybe even a 2.75% mortgage that's on that home. Absolutely, if the numbers work, you're going to want to assume that loan, and you can. So next question comes to mind is, what loans are assumable? So loans that are government sponsored usually are. So FHA, VA, if they're private money or so you just got a loan from the Chase or Bank of America, you would have to check with them. But to start the process, if a seller is looking to sell their home, they need to check with their current mortgage company that they're writing their check to or direct depositing that money to, and find out, is this mortgage assumable? Yes, then get the assumption package, and there'll be an assumption package, which is basically a loan application for the prospective buyer. And usually they also will assign essentially a loan officer, a processor to help with the process. So a little more legwork on the part of the seller. You have to make a few phone calls, emails, find out if your loan's assumable, get the assumption package, and now market that you have an assumable loan. Now, the numbers may not work. Let's use some rough numbers. Let's say you're selling an $800,000 house and you have a very small mortgage of $150,000. That means the buyer, even if they could assume that $150,000 mortgage, they would still have to come in the difference, and usually that's going to be in cash. So they would have to come in, say, with another $650,000. Those numbers may not work for a lot of buyers. Let's say you have an $800,000 house, you have a $400,000 mortgage. The buyer would have to come in with the difference, an additional $400,000. Okay, now we're getting closer. There may be buyers out there that can do that. A great sweet spot that I just, had happened. They were selling a house, actually was close to $800,000. They owed a little over $600,000. The buyer was able to come in with, assume the $600,000, and then they just had to come in with a little less than $200,000, which is really almost the same as if they had done a 20% down purchase on that home. So the numbers work great. So again, if the advantage is, if you're a seller and you have an assumable loan, absolutely, this is something that's going to help sell your home. It's something that we can use to market your home. If you're a buyer, why not? You may have opportunity. Instead of getting a 6.5%, 7% mortgage, you could get a 2.75% mortgage today, doing a loan assumption. Now, where's some of the rubs? I think in our industry, this is something we haven't done in a long time. This is something that was done a lot in the 70s. So right now, a lot of real estate agents, a lot of loan officers, it's just simply we haven't done. So that there's just maybe a lack of knowledge, lack of awareness. Also, if you already, as a buyer, got pre-qualified with a lender, say at Chase, I love Chase, and now you want to do a purchase and you find out it's an assumable loan, and now you're going to apply to do that assumption, which is just like applying for the mortgage. Well, even though you've been pre-qualified, you've been working with this great loan officer from Chase, now you're not going to give them any business for this purchase. So hopefully if that happens, you're going to give them lots of referrals for the work that he already did for you. So that's kind of the rub. Now, final point is, how do I find these? Well, it starts really, I think, as sellers. If you have an assumable loan, you need to answer that question, and your the listing agent needs to market that. But also, I have access to a database, so I can look up loans if you give me a call, and I can find out, is that loan assumable? In some cases, what the note is and what the potential interest rate is. So we can find out ahead of time. So if you can, give me a call. If you have any questions on this, on how to assume a loan, why to do it, please call or text, and have a great day. Bye-bye.